you know what? It's an event when we have a Harry Potter movie coming out, even if the shit don't have Harry Potter in it. People just like, I just need a fix somehow, you know.
Yeah, I talk to people, and that's what it was for them. Yeah. It's like, I just needed some, just
a taste. Come on, Patron on my ass. Come on,
I'm jonesing.
I needs that shit, that magic up in my ass. And here's the thing, people. Now, we don't get Harry Potter in here, but this is better because, as they say in the creative world, this is world building that we have. You know, there's a lot of things that happen in Harry Potter that we still don't know that much about. Like, what about the textbooks that they use, especially one of them that explain all the fantastic creatures that take place in the world of the wizards in Harry Potter? What about that dude, Newt Scamander? You know, his big name in the Harry Potter world. He should have his...
Sounds like a Bond villain.
I know. Combined, I'm Scamander.
No, Mr. Potter, I expect you to die.
Patronum. But here's the thing. What about that dude who had a big influence in the world? He found all them beasts and educated everybody on. He should get his own movie. JK Rowling heard y'all say that, and she said, you know what? Not only did he get his own book, but Warner Brothers said, we got to make some money. That motherfucker better make a movie. And with this, that's exactly what they did. Newt Scamander is, oh hell, please, Mr. Frames, don't do this. Don't do this now. Not to Harry Potter.
Can't handle that magic.
Can't handle that magic, man. You know what? Let me do this.
He's a hardcore Christian. This is witchcraft. Mr. Frames don't fuck with that.
This is witchcraft. I mean, when
Heresy.
I mean, when I asked Alan, I said, Alan.
Oh, my God.
We had a dude who used to come by the show, Alan. I said, Alan, man, you like Harry Potter as much as everybody else? He's like, no, I don't fuck with that, man.
Yeah, I don't do magic.
Man, all that black magic. He's the blackest dude I see. Fuck with that black magic, man. But, all right, Mr. Frames, you good? You good, Mr. Frames? All right. Before you so rudely interrupted, Mr. Scamander over here. It is a story of Newt Scamander, who his time was in the 1920s, back in his heyday. And he is the guy that wrote the book, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And he was the one that chronicled and recorded a lot of the information for the creatures that exist in the Harry Potter world. And in this story, well, he's come to New York to collect one particular creature. But while he's there, oh, he forgot to latch up that suitcase full of those monsters in there. When they get out, they start wreaking havoc. And maybe it's a good thing that they do, because one of the benefits, a happy accident or a dreadful accident, if you will, of these creatures getting loose is that they lead to bigger secrets about a bigger event that could disrupt not only the world of wizards, but of human beings. And this is, now here's the thing. This is based on an actual book that JK Rowling put out. And now you read a lot of these Potter books. I
read the Potter books. haven't read anything past that.
Well, so you read the Potter books. You know they're about like 1,000 pages or something for every book.
They get progressively bigger.
Yeah, they just get bigger and bigger. And so J.K. Rowling said, "Damn, I gotta take a break." She wrote 128 pages. Said, "Here, take this shit. I'm tired."
Right.
128 pages for this. It's more like a guide, not really a novel.
Yeah, because I think she wrote a detective story, and everybody went like, "Yeah, that's nice and all, but can we get back to the magic?"
Yeah,
wizards. And she went like, "Fine, fuck, here, take it."
Yeah, she wrote a detective story, and people said, "Does he do magic?" No, he's fuck it. Take that shit somewhere else. Call me when he does magic. So with this, it's a 128-page guide, but it was turned into a screenplay. And being that you have 128 pages, it means that when they try to turn this into a 2-hour script, it's going to stretch things out just a little bit. And when they do that, some people are afraid that they are going to have some weak points in this. You know, this is not the years of care that it took for her to craft her Harry Potter stories. And then some hardcore fans are saying, I don't give a shit, just give me more. And I don't think that the hardcore fans are going to actually worry about it, but it is, to me, it is, you do have a feeling of J.K. Rowling's, her expert storytelling, her genius storytelling, some people would say, kind of fighting a script where you can feel the studios come in and saying, between her parts, studio comes in and says, okay, well, right here, we need another explosion. Right here, we need to sell some toys.
We need a chase.
We need a chase.
We have this huge effects budget, and if you don't use it all, it's going to go away.
we got this budget. That creature's cute. We need to make some plushies behind that. You can. I can't speak for everybody in this room, but I felt it. And when you get to that point where you do feel the blockbuster feel coming in, the commercialism coming in, it does feel like a big art house version of Pokemon.
I was gonna say a magical Jumanji, but we'll go with that too.
That's one of the most brilliant things you've ever said.
Thank you, sir. That coffee kicking in. I should drink more often. But it really is, because the beginning of the movie, it's Newt Scamander, played by Eddie Redmayne, where all these creatures are escaping, and he's just going through the cities trying to collect them. And most of the time, it's usually played up for laughs. Get your goddamn hands off me!
What is that? Nothing to worry about.
See, if you had some Pokeballs, his job would have been so much easier. Just could have threw some shit at him, when not even grab him. And when you watch that right there, you see that that's just meant for a special effect. It's meant for a laugh. There's scenes in there where it's meant for the girls to go, most of the creatures that you see in the beginning are like that. They're small, they're furry, or they're cute. One thing is a straight up Groot, almost a Groot Junior ripoff right there. that talking piece of grass that they got.
Oh yeah, Groot Junior. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Groot before Groot was even put in that pot. It's just a Groot blade of grass right there.
It's hard for me to believe that nobody looked at this and went, "Hey guys, this looks a whole lot like this other thing that's already super popular."
Oh, but they see. Again, this is where the studio came in. JK Rowling didn't want to do that. Somebody said, what's making money? Groot's making money. Now, we don't have to rip it off, but if you could take Groot, make him smaller, and color him green, no lawsuits.
Nobody will know.
No. The thing is, and it's played up for laughs too. The little green creatures, it does that, making those noises every now and then. It gets upset and goes, does a little cute thing, sticking his tongue out at Newton. It's and look, I'm not saying it's bad. It's actually kind of funny. One of the things that almost stole the show was that thieving ass platypus right there.
Oh yeah,
that platypus.
How is that a magical creature? Platypuses are things that exist in real life.
I know.
You saw what it could do though.
But it's a normal thing that just has a slight magic bent to it.
It was a
where the others are Pokemon.
Yeah, the others are they took time to make creatures with this. They just ran out of time and said, "Man, make a fucking platypus." I don't even think that's a CG effect. I think they actually found a platypus that was a kleptomaniac. Because that motherfucker, he's like a crackhead. He's snatching purses and people's watches.
Anything shiny.
Like if they like whenever they have riots, I want to loot with him. And he stole the show. There were times he was stealing shit and then thinking about he goes steal. And I was like, you know what? That's funny. Now, other times, it was just they would stop the movie just because the creatures were a special effect, or they want to do the bigger ones, or they want to do some sort of action scene, a stage piece with it. So it's again, you get the studio feel from there. Now, where it comes, things start to pick up when it eventually does start to get dark. JK Rowling only put up with that cute shit for so long. She takes this world very seriously. And so once we got all this little Pokemon stuff and plushy stuff out the way, she says, all right, allow me to do my thing. And then she comes in and she starts getting deep with it, because this is where we start to get into the part of the movie where they are going to start actually going into the other films. This is set to be a 5 features, and with that, of course, they got to have enough story to do that. And with this being a prequel, it's setting up some things in the Potter universe that we see in the actual Harry Potter movies, especially when we have the introduction of Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell, he plays Inspector Percival Graves.
Sure.
It's funny how these you know who's an asshole in the Potter world by that name. Graves. Really? And when he comes in, you know that's when the story is starting to get dark as he starts to talk about, especially when he's talking to Newt, and he's telling Newt, like, Newt is saying, man, I'm just here to get my animals. He's like, nah, bitch, you here to start a war. And we ain't having that we ain't having none of that here.
I'm not one of Grindelwald's fanatics, Mr. Graves.
Boy, when he said Grindelwald, there was a chick who lost her shit next to me. Grindelwald, I know who that is. You know, I couldn't even get mad because she was just so delighted, you know.
Sure.
And that is what Harry Potter fans really want here. You know, this is the point where they see that it's going to not only expand this movie in this world, but it's going to connect to the future Potter movies that come along later. Because as I said, this is a prequel. This takes place in the 1920s. But where it gets dark in that part. And okay, we're used to things getting dark with the Harry Potter movies.
Sure.
But there was a man.
That scene right after this one.
Man, there was a scene right after that, and I just gotta tell people, all right, I don't know how people feel about this. Maybe y'all read the books. Maybe there's more disturbing things that happen in the books. I haven't really read the books, so this caught my ass off guard. The movie actually disturbed me later on.
Really?
I mean, it disturbed me and depressed me. It bothered me. It bothered me when they brought on, because it gets beyond dark. It becomes disturbing when they bring in Ezra Miller as Credence Barebone. And the thing,
names again.
These names again, man. You know, he's mad. Like, can you just give me a regular name? You know,
And a new haircut.
That's the thing about it, man. Not only they give him a bad haircut, because I'm showing the picture of him right now. He's like, oh, it's me. But the reason why he's looking like that, because I mean, they gave him a Three Stooges Mo haircut,
And stuck a bowl on his head. Got the clippers.
He's like, all the magic in this fucking world, and y'all can't do better than this. Y'all couldn't take me to a magical barber. Looking like fucking Dumb and Dumber right now. Lloyd.
Merry Christmas, yeah.
But his character is mentally and physically abused in the movie. And he spends the movie just cowering and hunched over
Twitching.
and twitching and just whine. I mean, really, when people approach him, he's like, and at first you just think he's just weird. You know, just like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? You know, but then, I mean, he's just mentally ill. You know, I don't know. But then you realize that his mother is beating the shit out of him. And you don't even see it. You see some scars in certain scenes, but the beatings that are about to happen, the way he just walks into them, the way he's scared or he just is giving up on life, man, it just puts in your brain just how bad those ass whoopings must really be. Like, it really did bother me. And it didn't help that they had Samantha Morton.
Yeah.
Who was, because that girl is crazy anyway. Look at those eyes, man. She can never take a normal picture in every movie. She look like she's about to beat the fuck out of somebody. Samantha Morton, you've seen her. If those who look at you look at the picture right now, for those who watch,
she looks nothing like that in the movie.
Yeah, she looks kind of pretty, right? But look at those eyes. You know, for those of you who have seen her before or watching the show right now, you look at this picture like, oh, it's that crazy bitch from all those other movies.
Yeah.
She don't ever play anybody normal. She plays his abusive mother, and it's scary, man. I really admit that I was bothered by that. One of the things that has been a staple of at least for me, in my praise of the Harry Potter universe, is that they have always been able to make the CG characters act well. You know, the motion capture, or even if they're just fully CG, you know, it's always been something that I've been impressed with, and they do that here with a lot of these CG creatures and characters. But the human cast is good too. Now I know that you know, we all make fun of Eddie Redmayne. I know you guys are not the biggest fans of Eddie Redmayne, and here I have to say that, you know, if you're not, it's probably not going to change your mind, because y'all know Eddie Redmayne. We've learned that his acting method is to talk like he has a hernia.
He also, at least, it's making me look back at all his other movies, but in this one especially, he acts like somebody with Asperger's. Like he's unkempt with his hair. He's overly shy. He hardly ever makes eye contact.
Well, see, that was something I liked in this movie because I figured he would be somebody like he kind of embodied that character, kind of like Grizzly Man. Like you see when he gets around people, he gets really awkward, but when he's around beasts, he just lets everything flow and he's open. So I really dug that the way he played the character.
Yeah, you know what? I'm in total agreement on that. I mean, I think he has his own method. Like I said, everything he says is like he has.
Well, I just found myself whenever he talked, I was straining with my ears to hear what he was saying.
Yeah, I was, and if you listen to this today, like I can't.
Maybe blame it on the sound design.
Maybe I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think the sound was turned down in the theater we were in.
But no, because I today, and I'm not even lying. I went over this one scene over and over again. Like, can anybody tell me what he's saying right here?
You're the guy with the case full of monsters, huh?
News travels fast.
What?
Wait, did he say you tell us first?
News travels fast.
Oh, gee.
How could you? Are y'all serious? Y'all couldn't hear that?
Yeah, I couldn't hear it.
Well, these old ears are
I
what they used to be.
see. Like even Sam heard it over there.
He heard it across
It was
the
like
room.
news travels fast.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Well, you know Sam and his flawless British accent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you 100% though. Like, that fit the character this time. He was more comfortable around creatures and animals than he was human beings, and I think that worked. And there's another character they bring in that I like a lot of. Another actor that I'm not too particular, but I thought he did pretty well in this.
Strudel it is.
And I love the music in that scene right there. I like those characters, even though they're kind of stereotypical of people of that time. And I like the music. I like the magic in there. The only problem I had with that is that, first of all, the redhead, she's fine as hell, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Through that whole movie, she just flirting, and they film it to where she's flirting with a person in particular, but they make it look like she's flirting with the audience. And I was up there blushing and shit, doing the black man blushing. And then the only thing that made me mad is that they would always cut back to this dude, Dan Fogler. Like, what the fuck you seen that big dude? What you gonna do with that? I ain't good enough, But
It was the 20s, dude. She couldn't have been with you.
Yeah, man.
Man, yeah, she could have. I would have took that lynching. They act magically putting up a noose and shit, right? It was worth it. But I'm floating into it. But but yeah. Somebody do a fart sound. You magically shit on yourself. But that's one, just because I think I'm better looking than this guy. How come she ain't hitting on me? But the other,
Jealous of actors.
I was getting jealous of a fictional character, man. But also because Martin can back me up here. That's Dan Fogler, man. And Dan Fogler's career, where he started out as being the new fat funny guy.
The poor man's Jack Black.
The poor man's Jack Black. If you didn't have no money for Jack Black, you called Dan Fogler, man. He'd be right there. $5, you'll get him on a day. But he started overacting in some movies later on. And, he became sort of obnoxious, and his career kind of just disappeared for a while. And I think he's actually one of the highlights of the movie, one of the better performances.
I want to be a wizard.
He's he's very quiet. And he's, in that low-key performance, it's very emotional. It's almost sad in a way. And it's just good to see him pull back and play a character like this that is one of the most emotional characters in the film. He was a highlight for me. I don't know if he turned you around, Martin. Martin like, nope.
His reaction.
He's like, interesting. Martin looking like, dumbass. I see he pulled some magic on your ass. Pull that shine on your ass. But y'all can't be pulling this kind of shit on here, this kind of okie doke surprise kind of thing. I remember watching the trailer and I said, damn, that little black elf right there, she kind of fine. She kind of cute. And then in the movie, when she walked out, I was like, God damn!
Yeah. Because I remember watching the trailer, I was like, okay, she could kind of get it. Then in the movie, you're like, ooh, oh no.
Ooh, yeah, man.
Was I drunk when I saw the trailer?
Because in the movie, when she walks out, she not only is she bald, but she got a long, big ass back of the head, like them aliens,
Yeah, they had like a tiara or something on it. It was weird.
It was weird, and it looked like a dick almost. In the
a singing dick.
And I didn't do it for you.
Well, when she turned around, I saw it was a woman. I was like, ugh.
Are those pot leaves?
20s. They were all into the reefer.
And the reefer back, the reefer madness.
Holy shit.
But man, in the movie, even they knew it was too disturbing to show people, because if y'all go watch the trailer. In the trailer, they put CG hair on her.
Yeah.
And in the movie, she comes out, and that shit, and funny, the back of her head is kind of dipped too. It looks like that dude from what's his name, from Futurama. Good news, everybody.
Professor Zoid? No, Farnsworth.
Yeah, she's got a Farnsworth head, man. Like the back of his head. If they want to like kind of make you feel uncomfortable or uneasy, they succeeded. Don't let this fool you right here, because right now you look like, yeah, I'd hit that, and then like when she take that wig off, you're like, no,
I'm good.
Yeah, girl, oh shit.
But you said,
yeah, babe, I gotta go to work. I didn't even know. Oh, I'll call you tomorrow.
what work you got to do at 2 in the morning?
Magic, baby. Watch me disappear. You know, I can't be pulling that kind of shit on people, man. But bother me, man.
Y'all can't give me no fake boners. What's that?
Yeah, I know.
How dare you, sir?
I was hard when she walked out too. She turned around like, shit dipped like the back of her head. But finally, this is the biggest thing I would take points off for this, is that I was forgiving this movie for a lot of its problems and a lot of things that I saw in there. It's like, oh, it's okay. But the ending, the climax of it, is
It's funny sitting next to Corey Goodwin, because he exclaimed, "Wait, what?"
so you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
My biggest problem is that not only did they rush the whole thing, but like you said, Martin, it's like, hey, look, we got about $500,000 left. You better spend it on some shit. I don't give a fuck if it's just a dust cloud going across the city.
Oh, a dust cloud? Well, we got that.
Oh, okay. Well, then sure. And that's exactly what they did. It's like the fucking Tasmanian devil going around the city. And what's the problem with that is that not only is it just, that's your biggest effect, a big-ass Tasmanian devil tornado dust cloud going around tearing up buildings, but you're doing that same shit that they do that we criticize superhero movies for. If you got nothing else to do, just tear up the fucking city. That's all. And I could kind of excuse it if they actually, made it look like, okay, we're avoiding casualties, but y'all kill some people. You pull Superman, I'm sorry. He's like, see, I ain't the only one. Like there's no way they destroy some of these buildings and people weren't at least injured.
Yeah, but you know what they do after that is like it is the biggest cop out of all time.
It's magic.
Yeah, that's what it makes you go like, oh yeah, that's why I hate magic, because they got a little button that no matter what they do, they go like, oh. Well, now everything's back to normal.
I don't feel like some of those lives were brought back, though.
Yeah.
The buildings were fixed.
They just did. I don't know if those lives were brought back. They just made people forget about it.
Yeah.
They just swept some bodies under some rugs or something.
Didn't I have a little brother? Nah.
Now you got more toys.
Nah, you thinking about our dog. Remember we got you a puppy? But yeah, the ending is a big cop-out. It's not only a cop-out, but it's just typical of what we're complaining about today. I don't know what you guys feel.
With Eddie Redmayne, I love the way he played this role. Like I said, it felt like he was one of those people that I'm more like a Steve Irwin or a Grizzly Man, where they're more connected to animals than they are people.
Yeah.
So they have those odd tics when they get around.
Definitely agree with you. like that one right there.
Oh my god.
You want to dance? No.
I want that on a t-shirt.
Just looking for my creatures.
Caption this.
He's got his jazz hands up.
And then you hit the nail on the head when you said the ending, especially with the blowing up everything, was a big cop-out. But then there were two other cop-outs on top of that. Yep. The one where I reacted was like, what? And then how they made, everybody, the muggles in this world, I don't want to go too deep into it. But
hey, if you're a hardcore fan, it's giving you just the bits you need to get by to the next thing. But somebody who's a fan but not a hardcore fan, it's kind of like, man, I was really hoping for more meat on this sandwich. And it's a lot of bread.
They're struggling between those blockbuster elements and the more classic Harry Potter storytelling that we're used to. And that might improve over time, and I would actually forgive some of that, but because of that flat ending, this has earned a matinee from me.
With that ending falling like it did, them going around that same route that we've seen with superhero movies, big blowout, and then we fix it all in the end. It's just something that it feels like a really generic blockbuster, and that's really sad coming from a Harry Potter franchise, because that was this new billion-dollar franchise that was great. And with that, man, I give it a matinee.
Yeah, same here. I mean, it's not one that I would seek out to watch again.
Yeah, they already told us we're gonna cram 5 of these up your ass, son. We'll see where we go with this.
Let me ask y'all this, and if you want to include this in the original 8, so there's 9 movies now. Would you put this in the top 4?
No.
No.
Okay, exactly.
Matter of fact, I don't even want to include this with the original.
Damn.
Even Harry Potter told me, don't bring that shit over here.
Harry Potter has a good record. I feel like just throw it off.
Don't bring that new dude over here, man. I don't know him. He ain't with me.
This is the Terminator Genesis of Harry Potter movies.
Petroleum or whatever. But get away from me. Back the fuck up.
Slide on out of
slide your ass on. All right. GameFly brings to your house, to you, over 8,000 new releases and classics that are available to rent, or you can buy them for almost every system out there, current and some old systems. Like I said, man, I've been trying to put my GameCube back to work for years. GameFly has given me an excuse to do that. And you can even try 30 days for free by typing in gameflyoffer.com/double toasted. And when you do that, you'll get 30 days for free of games and movies. Get all those things, all of them at once. Just stay in the house. Don't go nowhere because they're all going to get brought right to your mailbox. You can also bring the element of surprise every month to your home in the form of a Loot Crate mystery box. In that box, I can't tell you what it is, but I can guarantee you it is the best in geek and gaming gear. Some people say it's like having Comic-Con brought right to your home. You don't have to leave the house for nothing. You're getting all kind of stuff. And everybody likes a little surprise every month, just a little bit. And here's another surprise for you. You know, if you go to our link, trylootcrate.com/double toasted, and you type in bridge 10, that's the word bridge and the number 10, you can get 10% off, a 10% discount on your first crate. How's that for a surprise right there? Loot Crate, bring the mystery and the surprise to your mailbox once a month with Loot Crate. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and go over to our home, doubletoasted.com, for more videos and live streams. And remember, stay toasty.